Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some cheeky 7 days tonight. What have they done with my beautiful Steam? What does my Steam look like? Something from, like, 1999 or something. It's hideous. How long has it been like that? It's awful. I mean, I've literally not had a chance to, like, look at it. Because I sort of started Steam up. It had an update. And then I started, obviously, 7 days. But, oh, my lord. What is that absolute total shite pit of a store? I never thought I'd say it, but I honestly think the Epic store looks better than that. What an absolute travesty of a change. I'll have a proper look later. I'll come with a more informed opinion, but first glance, it's like it's been designed for like a 5-year-old. It's like my play button's like half the size of my screen. I thought big picture mode was bad. Mr. Titan, can I just say thank you very, very much for the Prime. Thank you for the 6 months, my friend. I do believe you get a new sub badge for 6 months, mate. I do believe you do. I could be wrong on that. I don't know a lot about Twitch, mate. Thank you very much, Mr. Titan. Thank you very, very much for the 6 months of support. And thank you for using your Prime with us. Brandy Lynn, thank you for using your Prime with us this month as well. And thank you for the 11 months of support. Thank you both. Thank you very, very much. And I do believe Simeon's just popped in as well.
Lesson 3.
Got a sub tray. Thank you very much, Simeon. Massive shout out to all of you. Thank you very, very much indeed. Thank you for the 8, Simeon. Mr. Titan in with a 6 on the Prime. Brandy Lean in for the 11 on the Prime. Simeon in for the 8. Thank you all very, very much indeed. Thank you so much. What a wonderful way to start the day. All these beautiful subs in chat. Look. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Seriously do appreciate it, guys. Thank you very, very much. Yes, I don't know what they've done with my Steam page. Maybe I accidentally clicked on some beta button or something. I really don't know, but whatever it is, it's a very strange looking beast indeed. Now, what are we doing here? They can go in there. That's drinks, isn't it? We've got a little bit of armor. Ooh, I think let's scrap that. Scrap that. I'd like to keep a little bit of most things. Scrap that as well. Pop that in and pop that in. Because we can have a play with those in a bit, actually. They look quite... yeah, I'd like to try the military armor. Scrap that, not going to be able to, am I? Every time we come down here, I should start scrapping a little bit. So we're ever improving the quality of the items we do have. I'm going to have to scrap a lot in here, aren't I? I didn't want to scrap anything in Alpha 18, really, because of the opportunity to sort of see how it developed, if that makes sense. You know, so if there was a patch, we could go back, we could compare things. But I guess now we're on the stable build, I'm less inclined to worry about that, if I was to be honest with you. Right, now we do need arrows. Now, let's go and make sure we've got... Oh my gosh, look how low I am on feathers. Ooh, that's a bit naughty, Grum. Oh, that is a little bit naughty. Iron arrowheads. Let's make 500 of those. Well, that was lag then, wasn't it? Craft that. What's that? 5 minutes on the clock. Split you down. There we go. Right, okay. How are we all this morning anyway? I'm still fighting that lurgy, I tell you. Jesus, that's knocked me about this week, that has. Starting to feel a little less achy today. Good morning, Yeti. Good morning, Mr. Tyson. Thank you very much. Uncle Oz, Alethian, Wentex. Who else? We've got Subquakes in chat. How you doing, Subquake? Supreme Freeze, Elcatone. I missed anyone. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you very much. Yeti's in chat. Thank you, Simeon. Are you talking about the new UI on Steam in the library? Yeah. It's like I just booted it up today, and I've got this like, yeah, everything's massive, mate. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Xbox, dude. It's like everything's gigantic. It's like I'm on a PC, mate. I'm on a PC. I don't need things gigantic. I'm sitting like about 3 inches away from the goddamn monitor. It's hideous. Well, first impressions anyway. First impressions. It might actually be really good, but I was completely gobsmacked at the overall size of it. I'll have a proper play with it later. Like I said, I've only sort of come in, turn the computer on. I managed to get about 20 minutes on what's it? A Discord earlier for the first time in a couple of days. So that was kind of nice for me. Let's just grab that. It's Halloween today. Spooky Halloween. I like Halloween. Halloween's quite cool in the UK now. Should we repair that axe while we're here? Might as well, right? Okay, so what were we actually doing? I know we were planning on quite a lot of building, weren't we? But I sort of kind of like my questing. Should we go and do a quest to start the day, and then maybe work towards checking the ammo count and everything. I updated OBS, by the way, for the first time in a while. To see if that was having anything to do with drop frames. It's not. We are still dropping frames left, right, and center to Twitch. And it's definitely Twitch. 100%. I've even, if you remember, I even switched out. Well, I asked them to send me a replacement router. So I switched that out, did some testing yesterday, still have exactly the same problems with that. And it's just Twitch. It's just Twitch dropping frames left, right, and center. I've tried the newer version of OBS. Like I said, I've checked my router. I've spoken to my ISP just to rule it all out. I mean, I know it. I kind of knew it wasn't because, like I said, the friends that I've been liaising with who stream it largely in the UK or from the UK, they're having very similar results. The thing is, it's not always showing on OBS. So it depends on what software you're running. It depends on how much you're picking up on the cock-ups. So, I mean, for the short time we've been on today, we are already over 1,000 dropped frames, which is unforgivable. Like, I just won't stream if it carries on like this. We will have to think of something else, another way to keep the community alive, I think. It's ridiculous. They really need to sort it. It's been like this for about 3 months. It's been getting gradually worse, so... The new library page is part of the beta. It's meant to help you find games. It's had this massive, like, rectangle, 7 days to die, just stuck on the side of my screen. It's like, Jesus, good lord. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. You are, yes, you're alright, mate. You're right, Godfather. If I'm correct, I'm still using the Metro skin on Steam. A huge fan of that layout. I don't even, is that something, is that like something you can add to it? I don't know much about Steam and skins and customization and stuff. I just like the old Steam. It's not a case of not liking change, but my first impressions were that this is almost childlike. It almost looks like it's been designed like a cross between what I used to have in big picture mode. Sort of, yeah, it's too in my face, mate. The left and right is acceptable, but center as well. I'm not watching streams anymore. Left and right. What's this? What's this, Aletheian? Yeah. Time to move to Mixer. I need to sort that out, actually. Not as in the move to Mixer, but there's a couple of things I want to have a look at over there just to see what they're doing to up the ante with the Twitch, to be honest. I'll tell you what we will do. Let's just check my food's very good. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got quite a lot of that purified water kicking about, haven't we? Should we have a glug of that before we head out? See, I really don't know what the hell's going on with Twitch, but they are dropping the ball, or should I say, dropping the frames. Giggity giggity. It's I work too damn hard at getting things as good as I can. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, we're any better than anybody else, but I do the best I can to keep the stream quality as good as I can. And this is really starting to piss me off now. Like, really pissing me. It actually detracts from my fun on a daily basis. And I know that might not mean a lot to some folks, but it does. What was I doing with that? I think we were putting them down there, weren't we? But I think I managed to move a mod, so I know we've got a few. Yeah, didn't we put a mod in another box yesterday? I was already talking about my OCD was going through the roof, but I think we managed to find something to put the mod into, didn't we? So I had to take it out of that box. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've not had a chance to really sit back and think about the build, you know. Not sure what we're gonna do. But yeah, I mean, I used to stream on Twitch, and I wouldn't get a single drop frame. Not a single frame. It would just be just all the way through, you know, 14-hour streams. Not so much as a blip in the system, really. I was kind of hoping that we'd all find out it was because we were using slightly older versions of OBS, because I must admit the people I was liaising with, not all of us were on the latest version, bar one. So we thought, well, let's test it. Let's roll out. I think we're on 24.3 or something like that now. But yeah, it made no difference. I mean, there's some nice quality of life things with 24.03, but it's clearly not an OBS issue. It certainly isn't an issue with my internet, if you like, and it certainly isn't an issue with a streaming rig. So I just don't understand what they're doing. Yesterday we streamed on one of the worst ingest servers for me. I can't actually remember which one we switched to, but it was either the Frankfurt. God, what was the other one that we had? Which are my two nemesis? The Frankfurt one is technically actually really nice when you test it, but if you stream for like any period of time, it seems to get a bit erratic. God, what's the name of the other one? I can't for the life of me think of the name of the city now. It's cleared out of my head. But I actually streamed on that one, whichever bloody hell that one was yesterday. And we didn't have... It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. But I don't know what's going on over there. It's bloody annoying, though. It really is. So there's nothing worse than an IT problem that you can't resolve yourself, is there? It's always... it's very frustrating in the land of technology when you're completely reliant on somebody else doing something. There is actually something on OBS now. I don't know how many of you use it. There's an option to... OBS can actually... If there's any dropped frames, so in other words, if there is an issue with the connection, you can... I think it's a beta in the current version of OBS, or a more recent version of OBS, where it will actually... Say there is congestion on that server. What you can actually do is you can, on the fly, OBS will actually lower your bitrate. Now, obviously, the downside of that is you're going to see performance degradation in what the stream actually looks like, but you shouldn't be seeing any jitter or stuttering and things like that. So I'd like to try that. It might be a solution, but to be honest, it's a solution that we're having to come up with in response to a cock up at Twitch's end. I mean, Twitch need to sort their goddamn servers out. We shouldn't be having to, you know, that's fine for people that do have generally dodgy internet. You know, it's not consistent. So I mean, that's a wonderful tool that they've added, and I highly applaud OBS for implementing it. But for those of us that, you know, evidently don't have issues with our connections and have very, very stable and high bandwidth connections to the ingest servers across Europe, then it feels like, yeah, I'm dropping more frames now, look. Did you just notice something then in the last, like, I don't know, 5 seconds or so? Bloody annoying. It's really, honestly, I can't even begin to tell you how much it pisses me off. What's that, Valiant? Sorry, mate. You're right, back to hello, Jakina. You're right, Valiant. Nice to see Mackie doing all right, Valiant. That was really nice. There's such a difference in the pooch. You know, he looked, you know, he looked in the picture like he was wagging his tail. His eyes looked bright and vibrant again, Valiant. He looked absolutely terrible in those first pictures, so I'm really glad for that, mate. Really glad he's doing well, mate. Oh my gosh, that Steam is huge. I'm right. It's massive, isn't it? I think it's designed for people that are getting old. I think it's because, like, Gabe's getting a bit old. He's got to wear his glasses. So Steam's now like this kind of monster VTech for children style thing, I think. Oh, got you, Alethea. Sorry, I missed that, dude. It's too early, dude. You're right, Superman. You're right, Superman. Oh, actually, you know, so something we could do with the farm, because I know Eliania contacted us about this. Right, let's, can we timestamp this video somehow? Like, if we say, like, 21 minutes. So if I come in here and say, hello, Eliania! This is for you! So that's the farm. Now, obviously, you don't need to worry about the water. But all it is, it's essentially diamond-shaped. And the way it works is you just come in to the farm. You look at the middle of the farm, which is where I'm standing now, and then directly above me is essentially a light shaft, look. So all you do is you can start at the top, dig all the way down and make a cave. I do put an iron bar up there. It really doesn't make any difference in this day and age because zombies dig anyway. So they could dig down, you know, 3 feet away from the iron bar. It wouldn't make any difference. But you got to be careful. There are certain blocks you can't put up there. So, for example, glass won't work. So if you do put glass up there, it does actually reduce how far the light emanates. So do be careful what you do put up there. But if that's the central block, you just count out 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And that's one of your diamond tips, if you like. And then the same in every other direction. So again, that's the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's the 7th. And you just do that on all 4. And you essentially end up with a square, but it's essentially actually diamond shaped for all intents and purposes. And that's it, really. And then you can do whatever you want with the edges. I just decided to add some water. But, yeah, obviously if I plant a crop here as a square block, a crop block, then it wouldn't grow. So it's 7 out from the central shaft in all the cardinal directions, and then off you go. So that's that. So we can drop that in Discord. In fact, if anyone wants to drop that in Discord, they could tag Eliana and say, look at 21 minutes. If no one can, I'll do it later myself. But I know she was asking about it. Right. How did I find the pumpkin? I found loads, actually. I think we find 2 seeds in the end. I found them in like trash bags and stuff, Drill Sergeant. Yeah. So nothing fancy or anything. I didn't even think they were in the game, to be honest, Drill Sergeant, until somebody actually told me they'd found them. I thought it was like something that was being preempted as part of a Halloween event. But they've actually been in there for ages. You got a bit of video stutter, even though the sound... Yeah, we're not dropping massive frames. But again, I've dropped 1,960, which is more than I drop in 3 months of streaming normally, dude. It's terrible, honestly. It's really pissing me off. It's what's annoying is when it's been so solid for so long, you know? Like, absolutely rock solid for like... But the best it's ever been on Twitch, and they're basically back to where they were now. I don't know whether it's just congestion on those ingest servers. I just don't know. All I know is it's insanely frustrating. Insanely frustrating. Right, let's go speak to my trader. He's doing alright, is he, Valiant? Good, sir. Very pleased to hear it, mate. Very pleased to hear it. Okay, up we go. I managed to catch an episode of Vikings yesterday. I can't believe I've got like 10 plus episodes to watch before the new season comes out. I'm a big fan of my Viking show. As of right now, you can't find the cooking recipes for the pumpkin meals. Seem to be a MasterChef exclusive. I can still make the jack-o'-lanterns though, right?
Thank you, survivor. My family and I are in your debt. Here is your reward.
Oh, really? We'll do a buried supplies. Easier, right? May I see your inventory, sir? Is there anything we actually need? I mean, I really should start checking for feathers, shouldn't I? Nothing in there. Yeah, I don't, because I'm not desperate for anything else. And to be honest, if there is something that I really want, I'd rather scavenge it. You know, it gives me a focus, to be honest. You can make the jacket. We'll make a couple of them today to celebrate Halloween. Then why not, right? Now, have we put repair kits on? Yes, we have. Let's go and sell those. We've got a shovel, so we've got everything we need for kind of like our quests, haven't we? Let's just go and sell those too. Yes, we shall see, we shall see, we shall see. Hopefully, I think if all goes well, I think Private Division is sending me a code for Outer Worlds.
You have a great day now.
So we might be able to get a bit of a stream of that one at some point. It's actually been really interesting. I don't know how many of you are playing Outer Worlds, but a couple of the forums that I guess are not necessarily the forums themselves, but the forums that are linked to via other forums. So places like NeoGAF, Resetra, Reddit. Quite often they have quite active topics on the latest games, and it's been really weird. I did talk about this. I did talk about this, and especially when Greedfall came out, and again a little bit with the Outer Worlds. Now, obviously, I can't say anything specifically. This is just what I've noticed as opposed to my own opinion. But I was saying a while back how desperate we all were as gamers to have some good games come out. You know, especially the single player games. There's been a lot of hoo-ha, hasn't there, recently about single player games, and EA saying there's no place for them anymore, and you know, all the things that lead to games passes and online services as video games and all the rest of it. And I did say that even though Greedfall clearly wasn't the greatest of games from what I saw, but definitely one I want to play. You know, to me, it was seen as a very solid 6, 7 out of 10. You know, it's a budget RPG, you know, and they did a really good job with it. And I think a 7 out of 10 seems to be a pretty solid score for a game like that. In my own rating system, that is, where 5 is average, not 7 and 8. And I think there's a hunger for us to want and see a new game, and I have to say the amount of shit I've seen Outer Worlds getting over the last 48 hours. As people have got further into the game, a lot of people have all started saying the exact same thing. And that is that it's actually not that interesting. It's gone from like the flavour of the month, and you can even go back, you know, there's actually people being quite honest about it. It's not like anything sort of like underhanded, but people are going to say, you know, seriously, straight up, you know, I'm now 30 hours into this game. My first 10 hours, I was in love with it. I'm on hour 30, and I can't even be asked to carry on. Talking about how the combat is actually just really dull, how the perk systems are just almost pointless. You know, they're not excited to gain a level, the perks and abilities and things. And it's been really weird watching so many people that have absolutely loved the game now, as they get further into it, saying, it was just because we needed it. We just really wanted it. I just wanted to have a good game. And it was a really nice way to sort of like shove it to Bethesda. But actually, you know, in hindsight, I'm looking at it completely objectively now the honeymoon period is over. It's not that great. I don't see it myself. I just don't understand that. I don't get it. I don't understand why, if you liked it for the first 10 hours... Has my sound gone weird? Was it just a really bad rev? Yeah, it just seems really strange how so many people have flip-flopped on it. I don't get that. You know, if you enjoyed it for 10 plus hours, then what happened? Where did it change? I mean, I haven't watched any footage later on in the game, so I can't really comment. This is my point. I just find it really weird that so many people are of the same opinion. And we'll see. We'll see. I think the problem has been is that the game is actually undoubtedly a good game. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's a good game. I think the problem is that so many people have been using it as a reason to stick it to Bethesda. And I think what happened with the Fallout 76 primetime subscription for the private servers releasing, I think the announcement was the day before the Outer Worlds released, or thereabouts, so certainly within a 48-hour window. I think, unfortunately, what's happened is Outer Worlds has been overhyped, and now people are having to sort of like retract their comments to some degree. I mean, you know, Obsidian always said, you know, this is not a massive budget game. Don't expect the world. And I think, you know, the time they had, the budget they had, I don't think anyone's ever going to say the Outer Worlds is a bad game. I think it looks fantastic from what I've seen, like really, really good. I think it's just a good example of where the internet machine has overhyped it, not because they necessarily want a good game, but that's a huge part of it, but also because it lent some weight to the death of Bethesda, which seems to be something a lot of people are after. Dropping frame, it seems to be fairly consistent, just drop frames here and there, Knife. Yeah, it's terrible, dude. Honestly, it's absolutely terrible. There's just no rhyme nor reason to it, mate. It's definitely a Twitch issue. But yeah, on and off, Knife. How are you doing, mate? How's things? You'll be playing Outer Worlds in about a year. What was that when it comes out on? You're waiting for the Steam release, are you? It can, yeah. If you don't put the brake on, Thomas, it'll just follow physics, essentially. I mean, I can't... If I jump out of it... Obviously, that's not on that. It looks pretty flat to me, that. But yeah, if I jump out and it's on a slope, it'll just keep going until I guess physics stop it. So yeah. Yeah, everyone I know, Critark, has said that, you know, out of the gate, and this is where I don't think there's been any exceptions to this. Out of the gate, Outer Worlds is fantastic. I think just as people have got further into the game, that they've kind of realised the limitations of a limited budget, and that's fair comment. But like I said, I think some people have gone so far out of their way to use it as a stick to beat Bethesda with. I guess that's the issue, really. It's rather than just taking a game on its own merits. You know, it was never meant to be a game that was going to be a 10 out of 10 blockbuster super game. And, you know, the devs themselves kept saying that, you know, keep your expectations in check. Yes, we are the old Fallout 4 dev team to some degree. Not Fallout 4, what was it? Which one did Obsidian make? They were Vegas, presumably, right? And then the earlier Fallout games. But is that right? Actually, which games did Obsidian specifically make? Because Obsidian always did like the follow-ups, didn't they? You'd got the Bethesda, and then Obsidian were kind of known as the follow-up team, weren't they? But they built on it. So like Fallout 3 presumably was Bethesda. Fallout New Vegas was Obsidian. Is that right? Well, I don't think. No, it's not Burnout, Valiant. No, it's not Burnout. No. That's not anything to throw in there. It's people playing it at a pretty average pace. It's just people have started, you know. It's the honeymoon period. It's like with any game. It's just that I think with this one, it's somewhat more pronounced. And like I said, for two reasons: the desire to. We need a game like that. You know, we need a good first-person roleplay. And people like those kind of settings, don't they? Those more sci-fi settings. So there was a desire for it to be good, above and beyond anything else. But also that culture of, let's stick it to the man. You know, the underdog is the winner and the big one. And Bethesda are terrible. And rah, it's cool to hate on Bethesda. I've just suddenly realised I've come all the way over here and that's not where I'm going. I swear to God, dude, the amount of times I do that. At least we've had a travel around. Show on the map. Where is it? It better be nearby. Can anyone see it? I can't bloody see that. Oh, there it is. There it is. Right on the cross. God, Jesus, that is really hard to see. How's it all going your end, Knife? How's the lands of VR doing, dude? I wanted to ask you something, actually, Knife. I'm not sure if you're still there, but even if you can't answer now. A game called, I think it's called Lone Echo. I think it's Lone Echo, not Lost Echo. And it's supposed to be a bit of a shining light in the VR world. And I played the demo. I think the second one's either out or coming out. But it seems to have been met with almost overwhelming praise. Wow, look at all the zombies that are out. That's like really unusual to see zombies out and about like that since we rolled into stable. It's been much more frequent, hasn't it? But up until stable, it was quite rare to see a zombie out. And there's another one over there. Look, bloody hell! Millions of them. Yeah, I think I'd really enjoy Outer Worlds. I really do. You know, I'm a fan of that style of game, and I think the fact that I've been saying that the art style wasn't really my cup of tea. It wasn't. I kind of like those games to be a bit more Metro-esque, but actually, Outer Worlds is doing something very different with the setting. Obviously, I don't know the story, so I don't know how that fits in with it. But it's nice to actually see a game that's kind of vibrant in colour. You know, it has got that real kind of almost No Man's Sky otherworldly art style, and I'm starting to be drawn more to that these days. Oh no, hopefully I'm going to get sent a copy. Critout, thank you very much though, bro. Thank you very much, mate. The thing is, Critout, I don't know if you know about this. We were talking about it at length yesterday, just trying to make sure that people are aware. There's really no point in going for 1 month on Game Pass, dude. Because you get it for £1, and you can, if you actually go and buy yourself like, for example, the Xbox Live Pass for 12 months, which is basically £40 in the UK, and then spend the £1 to upgrade, you actually get 12 months of the Ultimate Pass for £41. Now, obviously, some people will only want the console pass, some people will want the PC-only pass, and some people will want the Ultimate Pass. And honestly, Kratak, that is exceptional value, mate. I mean, in theory, and again, we spoke about it at length yesterday, for approximately 4, 8, 12, so for approximately £121, you can get 36 months of the Ultimate Pass. Because you can buy 3 years worth, and the upgrade for £1 covers up to 36 months. I mean, how amazing is that? It's almost too good to be true. So yeah, the physics will definitely affect it. Yeah. Sorry, Subquake. That's how I felt with Fallout 76. It's not a bad game, but if you play it for a few dozen hours after that, yeah, this isn't about repetition. I won't say too much because I don't want to sort of influence anyone's playthrough. No one likes people being negative about a game, especially if they haven't played it. But the general trend isn't about burnout or repetition or anything like that. It's about how progression in the game seems to become a little bit dull. It's like the whole perk system is very uninspiring as you get further into the game. It's like, yeah, whatever, another level, you know, and then people are talking about that. The combat as well. I won't say too much because, like I said, I haven't got experience of it myself. It's just that it clearly is. A lot of people are talking about it. And it happens in a lot of games to some degree because, like I say, it's the honeymoon period, that grace period, isn't it? You know, no one wants to suffer buyer's remorse, which we spoke about yesterday. It's you know, if you buy something, you want to enjoy it, right? You just spent hard cold cash on it. And I think that happens with all games. All games have that little period where everyone's, oh, it's amazing, brilliant, and then later on it's kind of like, yeah, well, you know, I enjoyed it, you know, I probably won't play it again, blah, 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 blah. But this time around, it definitely, I think it suffered the fate of, like I said, being the smoking gun against Bethesda as almost, I'm sure it's worked for them, in the sense that sales have been great, but I'm going to be honest, how many people have done exactly what you've done, Kratout? Game Pass it, mate. You know, I don't know how that works internally. You know, most of the folks that I know that have got Outer Worlds personally, and that's not a huge amount of people, but the people I actually know, so it's a fair few because it's people I don't necessarily know in real life, but people I communicate with one-to-one, say on forums and things, and Discord. Nearly all of them bought it through Game Pass, mate. And a lot of them did the £1 Game Pass, which, like I said, for another 40 quid, you could have had 12 months worth of that. Good morning, Quiet. How you doing? Good morning, Dave and Dale. Good morning, Killer. Fallout 76 is its AMS. I actually like the look of Fallout 76. The amount of times I've nearly bought Fallout 76, because in the UK you can get it for about £5, £6, £7. And I think any game is worth that sort of money. I've heard, and I don't know if this is true, here's another interesting thing, and again, I've got no personal experience of this, but like I just said about the comments about Outer Worlds, this is across all the gaming sites that I go. You know when there's a tangible thread of consistency, so you know there's an element of truth there. You know, it's not all just smoke, mirrors, and bullshit made up on the internet, but apparently there is a little bit of a hoo-ha going on with the Fallout 76 servers, where the people, apparently your status as a first member, or what is it called, Fallout first member, something like that, it does, you are represented in the game as having had that. I think you have a badge that everybody can see on the servers, and people are actively hunting them down. It's like if you are a what we'll call it, like the special pass, because I can't remember the exact name, but if you're one of these special pass members, you become a target to everybody else. And there's been quite a few Reddit posts where people have been sort of reinforcing this, that yeah, it's like it's like a red rag to the rest of the population, and people are just ganging up to kill them or harass them and drop nukes and things on them and all this. Isn't it weird that kind of mob mentality is now transferring into games? And I think it's been described, again, I stay away from the journalistic side of interpretation on topics like this, but the journalists, of course, are calling it like a class war. You've got the lowly peasants who can't afford the pass, or let's put it more like don't want to pay for the pass, I think would be a much better way of phrasing it. Are sort of hunting the people that have splashed the cash on it. So, quite an interesting little tidbit of information regarding yet more Fallout 76 drama. Yo, Commander Yan, how are you, sir? The Outer Worlds is fun, but personally I don't feel like there was as much building up of the story as I would have liked, and the combat was a bit stale. The combat and the perks are the two things that... So it seems to be at the top of a list of 5 where people are sort of, like I said, I don't know, mate. I think sometimes I know what I'm getting into. I've made my expectations a little bit, and I think I'd really enjoy it, to be honest. Hey there, Mr. Chaos. Nice to see you, bro. Wow, drop frames, dude. How long did you get the ultimate pass for, though, Critout? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Microsoft have got a ridiculously good deal going on that, dude. It's, I'm actually going to look into it over the weekend. I mean, unfortunately, we don't actually know when the next Xbox is releasing. You've got to think the next Xbox will release around this time next year, right? Holiday season, you know, November time, October, November time, maybe next year. Coming into the holiday period, I'm guessing. We know PlayStation 5 almost certainly will. But that tells me that there will at least be some original games coming out with it. And that kind of makes me feel like I might try and coincide a Christmas purchase of the Game Pass. Can I just say thank you as well, Kato? Thank you very much for the offer with the Game Pass, mate. I do appreciate that, bro. Sorry. Thank you. But yes, I will consider, I think, investing in that. It'll be the first time I've ever really bought a Game Pass. I managed to get Anthem on a reasonable deal. You know, that seemed okay, better than forking out 50-60 quid for the game that I was so uncertain about going in. But that Xbox Pass it's just phenomenal. It's just absolutely phenomenal. You know, it really is. The thing is, there's so many games on it. You know, I think I was under the impression, and completely wrongly, that it was all Microsoft exclusives. And I'm not a massive fan of Microsoft exclusives, but there's all sorts on there. Metro Exodus. I love my Metro games. So there's no way I can afford to put money down on a game that I might not play for months and months and months and months and months. And even if I did, possibly not even on stream, just a few hours here and there. Yeah, I play my Metro games almost as much for the gameplay as I do for the technical enjoyment of tinkering with them. You know, they are absolute graphical tour de forces, right? But, well, that's not a good one. You know, Just Cause 4. I'm a huge Just Cause fan. I love Just Cause, but at the same time, I also know Just Cause 4 wasn't a great game. You know, it just didn't review particularly well, and you know, the people I know that are the same as me who did buy it, who love Just Cause, all said the same thing. You know, it's an alright game, but they just haven't done a lot with it, really. So, you know, I don't want to pay a mega whack of cash for a game that I'm not 100%, you know, sold on. And the Game Pass just offers me a get out of jail card on it. And the thought of being able to pick up a card at Argos for £40, and then for £1 on Microsoft, getting that for a whole year, I don't think I can say no. I actually don't think I can say no, dude. Merzog, thank you very much for the Prime, my friend. Thank you very much. And Coxlet, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Merzog. Thank you very, 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 very much indeed, my friend. I hope all is well with you. No, sorry, Knife. It was, I'll maybe catch you later, Knife. Drop me a message on Discord. It was regards the Oculus, well, not necessarily the Oculus specifically, a game called Lone Echo. I don't know if you've had a chance to look into that. I know you sort of deal with VR at a different level, but... Good morning, Lady Elvira. Good morning, good morning. You've been up all night listening to YouTube branding stuff and stumbled over the 2009 Eurovision winner Fairy Tale with Ryback. I have no idea what that is. How are you, Chaos? How's things, bro? Now Bethesda needs to add Ultra Premium that removes the tag so that people without the first pass tag couldn't hunt you. It's another pay to win one, right? Your dad's back in hospital again. Looks like the stints they put in his foot collapsed. Oh my god. Oh no, Quiet. I know Azzy's dad's really poorly as well. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Quiet. So is he back in hospital? Oh, he is back in hospital as we speak. Oh no. When did that all happen, Quiet? Was that all kicking off over, like, yesterday and today, mate? Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. Hopefully. Is that a normal thing for the stints to collapse? I've never heard of that. I mean, I suppose bad things can happen. Will they put in, like, better ones, will they? Or... God damn it. Well, thoughts and prayers to you all, Quiet. Keep us up to date, mate. I hope it all goes as well as it can. You can get a cuppa if you want, Santa. You got a deal to upgrade it, but I'm keeping it permanently or for the foreseeable future. Too many games of PC and Xbox on it that I like. Kratal, I don't blame you, dude. Honestly, seriously, I have been against Game Passes for a long time. In principle, more than I guess how they've actually been introduced. I just don't like the idea of ultimately ending up renting video games, which is kind of what we're doing. But it is the future, and those Game Passes are such incredible value. When you get a deal like that, I mean, I would still argue, even at normal price, Kratal, which I think is about, I don't know, about £10 or £12 per month in the UK. But if I only want the PC version, dude, I think it's a £5 a month, mate. £5 a month to play that huge catalogue of games. You know, the Ultimate Pass obviously enables me to play it on the Xbox with friends as well as the PC. And I think if we can get more, and I think if Microsoft can invest more in cross-play and cross-saves even, I would be a very happy camper with Microsoft, mate. And anyone that knows me knows I'm not a huge fan of Microsoft these days. You know, I don't think they did anybody any favours in the gaming world with the Xbox One. Yeah, they had a different vision in mind from day one. There was huge public backlash to it. They had to change their tactics, and we ended up with a competitor to Sony. Although Nintendo clearly are a direct competitor in that space as well, I think we all know that there is a difference with Nintendo. You know, Nintendo are always going to have a very core market. You know, their games are very appealing, very family friendly, etc., etc. You know, that is their strength above and beyond everything, I think. And innovation with their actual hardware, of course. But Microsoft were really well placed with a 360 to, you know, really disrupt Sony's domination in the market, and they did. You know, they toppled the big player. They spent a lot of money doing it. I'm not saying it was all done because it was great, a great console, but it was. You know, Red Ring of Death put to one side. You know, Microsoft muscled into that home console space, but they wanted more. They wanted everyone to have Windows. You know, they wanted it to be an integration of, you know, home cinema and sport and not what I buy a console for. And they just seem to stop making games. Microsoft just stopped making first-party games. You know, in comparison to the portfolio that they had previously. You know, if I don't want to play Halo, Forza, or Gears, I might have a bit of a problem, you know, enjoying my Microsoft games. And that's why I think I was kind of jaded a little bit, because I thought the Game Pass really was Microsoft's in-house portfolio of games, but it's not at all. There are hundreds of games that you can get for a £5 a month on the PC. You're right, Chaos, yeah. He's alright, actually. Yeah, he's not too bad. More drop frames, up to 4,339. We're basically dropping since the start of today's stream. About 2.4% of all my frames are getting dropped. That is absolutely ridiculous. You alright, more hassle? How you doing, bro? You alright, Lady Elvira? Yeah, what about yours, Chaos? How is he? Yeah, I hope your dad's alright, quiet. Found treasures generally in the middle of the area. Dig north, eastward is the usual spot. I don't know about that. They're just normally in the middle, mate. The missus gave birth to your second baby boy the other day. Both champions. Proud dad. Congratulations, Mr. Titan. Congratulations, dude. That's fantastic, mate. Oh, congrats, bro. Oh, that's proper wicked geezer. How old's original baby boy then? What's the age difference, Mr. Titan? Are they both very, very young? Are you going to be proper busy now, are you, mate? Congratulations to the family, mate. Congratulations. Is everyone back at home now, Mr. Titan? Are they all safe and well and tucked up in the house, or? $14.99 US dollars for the full month for the ultimate. Yeah, yeah. I think even at that price, it's excellent, Chris out. I mean, I guess you know, I suppose over time it becomes less appealing, because obviously as a day one purchaser of that, I've got a huge back catalogue. I can't imagine games come on, you know, 20 a month or anything like that, but I'm sure they do still keep it very, very worthwhile. But you know, after like 12 months of being on the Game Pass, you know, there might only be the odd game that I'm interested in, because you know, I've had 12 months of playing all the back catalogue, right? Which is why I'm thinking for £41, dude, I'd be mad not to go for it. That's not even the price of a brand new game these days, is it? So basically for 41 quid, I get essentially as many games as I could possibly play in a year. And we're talking about some pretty damn good games as well, you know? So, yeah, I'm really starting to come around to the Game Pass. Like I said, my interest may wane as the back catalogue of games diminishes. You know, if it's not being replaced with upcoming games. But I think next generation Microsoft will have more first-party games as well. You know, they are definitely investing in their first-party studios. It's going to take a while for those studios to come online and actually make a game. You know, games don't happen overnight, do they? But I think they're well poised to have a place in the market again. First-party Microsoft games. 3 and 4 in Feb. So that's a really nice gap there, Mr. Titan. You are going to have your hands fully, yeah. Congratulations, bro. Seriously. Best of wishes to you all. Right. Sleepless nights and runny poos, mate. Green poo, Mr. Titan. The joys of green poo, sir. Now, we have got my lovely little entrance, but I thought we'd bring this over here today and see if we can clear the Daphnes out before they start digging. Now, we definitely heard one, didn't we? How is that? Because she's digging already. Yeah, she is. God damn, this is getting to be a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's got to be in there, right? I'm starting to think digging zombies was basically a really bad idea. I really see no reason to have digging zombies in this game. You know, if you want to build underground, you can still build underground. You just don't have your horde night there, do you? I'm really not convinced it adds anything. Honestly, it's starting to feel like a massive pain in the ass. I don't really see what it adds to the game, to be absolutely honest with you. Oh god, I hit the car. Pick another one in there just in case. Yeah, you see how the car's still moving. Was it Thomas who asked? 4,828. Should I turn the stream off and turn it back on again? Because that kind of worked yesterday, didn't it? Shall I just like flick it off, flick it back on? Try another ingest server? That's right, Sinful. Yeah, that's what I was saying about. So it's actually an upgrade for a lot of people. So if you've got an active gold subscription, you just upgrade to Ultimate, and it actually adheres to the same amount of time that you've still got left on your gold account, which is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I think that's obviously why it's so much cheaper on the PC as well, Simple, because obviously you don't need, as far as I know, you don't need Xbox Gold to play the PC online, do you? At least I don't think you do. So, And I'm sure it's something like $4.99 in the UK for the PC version. You reckon we should just do it? Why should we have to keep... Why is the fix for the ingest servers to turn it on and off again? I find it really bizarre. I just don't understand why it's as bad as it is. I mean, that's like I said, that's still... I mean, we run out of... It seems to be consistently about 2.4% of frames are dropped. But they come in spurts. You know, when we suddenly get cock blocked on that ingest server just closes and it just says, nope. Well, your drop frames won't be the same as mine, Yan, because obviously that's a whole other kettle of fish there. You can have drop frames that are nothing to do with me and nothing to do with Twitch. You know, it depends on how you're connected to those outbound servers. What I need to do is make sure I have 0 drop frames to that ingest server. That means Twitch is getting all my data as clean as I can deliver it. And then it's down to you and Twitch. I'm not even getting all of my data through the ingest pipeline. It's just cock blocking. The encoding's fine. The speed and bandwidth. The tracer path to the ingest server. Everything is perfect. But as soon as I hit that ingest server and it starts accepting my data, it starts essentially losing information. It loses packets. I know, exactly, guy. It just seems so bizarre. I mean, on and off, you can sort of understand, you know, some equipment on and off kind of makes sense. Turning a stream on and off just doesn't make sense. It makes no sense at all. Yeah, that's I don't know exactly, Jan. I don't even. That's what I was saying. It doesn't matter if you're losing frames because there's nothing I can do about that. However many frames you've got, that does not impact me in any way, shape, or form, dude. That's got nothing to do with it. That's what I was saying about how you see lost frames. Oh, it's only yellow poo at the minute, is it, Mr. Titan? I suppose it's the first few days, right? Who's eating their breakfast? How are you doing, Sinful Josh? All good your end? So he actually lost his first toe to a bone infection. And lost another one 4 weeks later. And then 2 more 3 months ago. So he was down to just a bit... Oh my God, quiet. Yeah, and I remember you saying, and then so he lost circulation, so they put the stints into his foot. And they were working, but his foot all swelled up. So they've taken him back to the hospital. Rushed him through into the vascular clinic to prep for surgery. To take the foot and save the leg. Oh my God, what, he's in surgery to have the foot removed, quiet. Oh my God, I thought they were just... Oh my God, that's awful. Oh my God, quiet. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, mate. That is... Oh my God. I thought he was just going back in to have, like, the stints correctly placed, or... Oh my God, mate. That is really scary. And that's through diabetes, yeah. Yeah, it's scary, isn't it, mate? Really scary. My girlfriend sees a lot of diabetes patients, and she always... talks about how horrific it can be, mate. It's, yeah, it's like I said, diabetes is no joke. I don't think people realise just how serious that can actually be. It's one of those things people almost brush off, isn't it? Ah, it's just diabetes, yeah, whatever. It can have incredibly far-reaching impacts on your life and just general quality of life, can't it? My mom's... sorry, not my mom. My girlfriend's mom, she suffered from diabetes really badly. She was... had to inject and that wasn't like a food control or anything. So. But she was not a well lady in general. She had COPD from a very early age. She was just really unlucky, mate. Terrible thing to see somebody so young. You know, lost, you know, a whole lifetime in front of her. But my girlfriend lost her mum at you know, her mum was very young. Mixture of diabetes, COPD, and a few other things. Very sad. You've not got a Windows update. No, it's nothing like that. No, because it's not encoding frames. This is nothing to do with like encoding. So you know, it's not my PC having an issue or anything like that. I'm just going to turn it on and off again. I'm just going to try another ingest server.